bring into the fold here Superintendent Dr. Joris Ray with Memphis Shelby County Schools. Thank you so much for being with us, Dr. Ray, and talking with us about your new program for the state's largest school system.
Absolutely. Thank you, Richard.
Well, tell us about it, because I know it's a big deal. We've got a graphic of some of the highlights. We're talking foreign language immersion. Student-teacher ratios will drop from 25-1 to 13-1. You're a big advocate of quality pre-K, more honors courses, 5 new schools, and it all has a price tag. This is I think you would admit this happens at a time when the money seems to be coming in at a rate that school systems have long wished would happen, and it's finally happening for a number of reasons. And you're hoping to take advantage of this opportunity by putting a marketing effort and putting more behind it with education and programs that you hope will change the situation, correct?
Well done, Richard. So you listen at the State of the District.
I listen to your news conferences. Yes, I do.
So first, let me say again, Richard and Otis, thank you so much. And but I have to address, I had a number of educators, parents, and community leaders and advocates reach out to me, really expressing grief about the manner in which our state assessment scores were released to really mislead the public. As you know, our students, they were out for maybe a year and a half, and then they were forced to take standardized tests, returning to school in March of 21, and then taking state assessments April 2021. Many stations amplified these assessments with little to no context for viewers that clarified these scores and just weren't accurate.
Well, to clarify, you're talking about the number that's come up most recently is this notion
Absolutely.
that 11% of Shelby County kids are performing at grade level, which you would agree is a terrible number, but you think is not necessarily accurate because of the COVID and other things?
It's because of COVID, and also it's not a true assessment how our children are performing, not a true assessment what our teachers do each and every day. And also, stations offer no context to viewers that the governor and the Tennessee Department of Education, along with the commissioner, held harmless. And that means they did not count those scores against any school district across the state, considering the challenging circumstances. I want to raise the level of rigor. And starting August 2022, all students grades 7 through 12 who qualify will be automatically enrolled in honors courses based on class availability. Also, literacy is our focus, and we have strategic partners for literacy, and that will help us construct a strategic framework and really identify high-level options to meet the overall goal, and that's to ensure literacy success by 3rd grade for all students.
Dr. Ray, can you elaborate a little bit more on these, what I call the honors courses, the expansion of honors courses in the school district, and what would be the cutoff for those who would qualify? You said those who will qualify will get it. What is the one criteria that would qualify a student to take those advanced courses?
Well, in the past, we're trying to remove the subjectivity out of it. If a student is performing in the classroom and on state assessments, or we have benchmark assessments, and it shows that that student qualifies for a particular course, they're going to be automatically enrolled. It used to be where our teachers and principals look at how students are performing in the classroom, what letter grade they'll receive, and not necessarily look at some of the state benchmarks and state assessments. We want to look at the whole child, and I want to give all students that opportunity. I look at what we did in pre-K through 2. We did a universal screener. That way, we gave all kids this opportunity to be screened. It increased our CLUE numbers by 670, 680 new students. So what I'm trying to do is raise the level of rigor. What I'm trying to do is provide equity in every zip code What we're trying to do is just reimagine 901 and give students the opportunity to succeed. Because let me tell you why. I was once one of those children, so to speak. I grew up here. I'm the youngest of 7. My parents didn't have a formal education. So I want to make the right investment, and the right investment is our children.
Okay.
Let me ask you, we're all held accountable to our numbers, right? I'm held accountable to ratings. Otis has got to worry about how many subscribers he's got over at the Daily Memphian. Your own students are held accountable to their numbers and their grades. What should the school district be held accountable to? After what period of time? Can you give me a number of what is your benchmark? Where are you hoping the graduation rate is going to be in 5 years? Test scores, whatever it is, how are you going to hold your school district accountable for whether or not this Reimagining 901 program is working or not?
Absolutely, Richard. This is a 10-year program to where, we didn't get this way overnight. And, I would love for every student within Memphis Shelby County Schools, when they leave us, they leave with a quality education. Right now, our graduation rate is hovering about 78%, 79%. Success to me, at least 95% of our students graduate on time.
In 5 years, 10 years, what's your goal?
My goal, Richard, is 5 to 7 years. That's what reimagining education is all about. If you look at, right now, we have our students that's ready graduate designation. That's right now we're hovering at 20.9%. But my milestone and goal by 2030 is 80% of my students being ready graduates. And I look at in reading, we're hovering around 24.1% in ELA and math. Hopefully by 2024, it's 40%. And by 2030, it's 74%. These are metrics I think we've already shared with the public. You go on our website, you will see them, just like for math. Right now, grades 3 through 5, they're hovering around 34.2%. Hopefully, our milepost is 2024. We'll get it to 50%. And our goal by 2030 is 84%. But let me say this. We have to put things in context. Our children are doing all that they can. They've seen relatives pass away. They've been sick themselves. Some of them even had teachers to pass away. So this pandemic is really pulling the covers off of a system that was already broken. That's why we have to speak life into our children. That's why we have to reimagine education. That's why I'm investing over $11 million into our educators and try to give them retention bonuses, because now our teachers, they're tired and they're leaving in droves across the country. So we want to make this a great place for our teachers, great place for our students.
I wanted to ask you very briefly, this past week, Ford Motor Company held an expo for 8th graders. I think it was up in Ripley. Shelby County Schools was not involved in that. Several other county school districts around this area were. Let me just ask you very briefly, what is Memphis Shelby County Schools doing to prepare students for the Ford Motor Company plant that'll be online in about 3 or 4 years?
Absolutely, and we've been in touch with Ford executives. I think that's probably one of many stops. They'll soon get to Shelby County, because Memphis Shelby County Schools is the elephant in the room. And, we are great partners with the Memphis Chamber. We're working with Ford. We're investing money at Bolton High School to reimagine how we're going to deliver for a Ford Motor Company. We developed a great agri-STEM program for our students there. But not only that, we're investing millions of dollars to work with Ford to ask them what they need from us. Sometimes we tailor the curriculum for what we think someone needs, but we're definitely working with Ford to tailor our curriculum to ensure we develop that strong pipeline for our students to get a high-wage, high-skill job.
Well, they're talking about, we don't have any numbers yet, but they're promising a very high average wages with that new plan, which would be a great opportunity for a lot of Shelby County kids.
Absolutely.
Dr. Ray, thank you so much for your time. We got to leave it there. We appreciate it, and we hope to have you on again soon, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Ray with Memphis Shelby County Schools. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Memphis and Shelby County being the center of attention statewide when it comes to fighting crime in just a moment.